Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a sudden, intense Charlie horse? That painful tightening in your calf or thigh that just won't let go? Or maybe you feel that familiar ache and stiffness in your legs after a walk, or just sitting for too long. If you're a senior, or caring for one, these leg cramps can feel like an unavoidable part of getting older. Many people simply accept them, maybe trying a stretch or a warm bath when they happen. They think, oh well, that's just aging. But while aging can contribute to changes in our muscles and nerves, the truth is, frustrating leg cramps often have surprising underlying causes that you can address. And frequently, those causes are linked directly to what we're putting, or not putting, into our bodies. That's right. Those painful spasms in your legs aren't always just random occurrences. They can be a signal that your body is missing something vital. And in this video, we are diving deep into the top 6 essential nutrients that are absolutely crucial for healthy muscle function and nerve signaling, and how making sure you get enough of them can be your secret weapon against frustrating leg cramps. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of exactly which nutrients play the biggest roles, why they're so important as we age, and actionable ways you can ensure you're getting enough to help keep those cramps at bay. These aren't just theoretical concepts. They're rooted in the fundamental biology of how your muscles contract and relax. So, please, stick with me through all 6. Because while they are all important, the interplay between them, and perhaps number 6 in particular, might shed light on exactly what your body has been needing. Knowing this information can truly empower you to take proactive steps for stronger, less cramp-prone legs. Ready to stop letting leg cramps dictate your comfort? Let's get started and uncover these vital nutrients, starting with our first powerful player. Okay, kicking off our list at number 1 is a nutrient often called the relaxation mineral. And for good reason. Magnesium is absolutely fundamental to countless processes in your body, but it plays a starring role in muscle and nerve function. Think of your muscles like finely tuned machines. They need to contract powerfully when you want them to, and then, just as importantly, they need to relax completely afterward. Magnesium acts like the off switch for muscle contraction. It helps block calcium uptake in muscle cells, which is necessary for contraction. Without sufficient magnesium, this relaxation mechanism can become impaired, leading to muscles that remain in a tightened state, ripe for painful spasms and cramps, especially during periods of rest like nighttime when magnesium levels might fluctuate. Furthermore, magnesium is crucial for nerve signal transmission. Nerves tell muscles when to contract and relax. If nerve signals are erratic or overactive due to low magnesium, it can trigger involuntary muscle contractions, i.e., cramps. As we age, our ability to absorb magnesium from food can decrease, and certain medications common in seniors can also deplete magnesium levels, making deficiency a real concern. Let me tell you about a gentleman I know. Let's call him Arthur. Arthur was in his late 70s and had been plagued by severe nighttime leg cramps for years. He'd tried stretching, staying hydrated, even compression socks, with limited success. The cramps were affecting his sleep and making him anxious about going to bed. When he finally spoke to his doctor, who looked at his overall health and diet, a magnesium deficiency was suspected. With dietary adjustments to include more magnesium-rich foods and a carefully chosen magnesium supplement under his doctor's guidance, Arthur's cramps began to subside significantly within a few weeks. He was amazed at the difference it made, simply by addressing this one missing piece. It wasn't a miracle cure overnight, but consistently ensuring adequate magnesium intake provided his muscles and nerves with the support they desperately needed to function properly. So, what can you do? Increase your intake of magnesium-rich foods like dark leafy green spinach, kale, nuts, almonds, cashews, seeds, pumpkin, chia, legumes, black beans, lentils, whole grains, brown rice, oats, and even dark chocolate. If dietary changes aren't enough, discuss a magnesium supplement with your doctor. There are different forms, and your doctor can help you choose the right one and dosage based on your individual needs and other health conditions. Ensuring you have enough magnesium is a powerful first step in telling those leg cramps to take a hike. It truly is a cornerstone mineral for muscle relaxation and overall neuromuscular health, especially important as our bodies change with age. Moving on to nutrient number 2, another vital electrolyte that works closely with magnesium and calcium. If magnesium is the relaxation expert, potassium is a key player in the entire muscle contraction and relaxation cycle, as well as nerve signal transmission. Potassium is one of the primary electrolytes in your body, working alongside sodium to maintain fluid balance both inside and outside your cells. This fluid balance is absolutely critical for nerve impulses and muscle contractions to happen smoothly. Potassium helps regulate the electrical signals that tell your muscles when to contract, and, just as importantly, when to release. When potassium levels are low, a condition called hypokalemia, the electrical balance in muscle cells can be disrupted. This can make muscles irritable and prone to cramping, twitching, and weakness. Potassium deficiency can happen due to various reasons in seniors, including insufficient dietary intake, excessive fluid loss from sweating or illness, or even certain medications like diuretics often prescribed for blood pressure or heart conditions. These medications can unfortunately flush potassium out of the body. Consider Mrs. Davis, a very active senior in her 80s who loved gardening. She started experiencing debilitating cramps in her calves after spending time working in her garden on warm days. She initially thought it was just muscle fatigue. However, upon consultation, her doctor noted that she was taking a diuretic for her blood pressure and wasn't particularly mindful of her fluid or electrolyte intake, especially after sweating. It turned out her potassium levels were lower than ideal. By focusing on consuming more potassium-rich foods and ensuring adequate hydration, her gardening-induced cramps became far less frequent and severe. It highlighted how specific activities and medications common in older adults can impact this crucial electrolyte balance. How can you boost your potassium? The most delicious way is through your diet. Think bananas, of course. Sweet potatoes, spinach, beans, lentils, yogurt, and even avocados. While banana is well known, many other foods pack a bigger potassium punch. Again, if dietary intake isn't sufficient, your doctor might recommend a potassium supplement, but this should always be done under medical supervision due to potential interactions with medications and risks of getting too much potassium, which can also be dangerous, especially for people with kidney issues. Prioritizing potassium helps ensure your muscles receive the correct electrical signals and maintain proper fluid balance, significantly reducing the likelihood of painful, involuntary contractions. It's an electrolyte your muscles literally can't function correctly without. If you're finding this information helpful and starting to see how these nutrients connect to your leg cramps, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps me know this content is valuable to you. And if you've ever experienced relief from cramps by focusing on these nutrients, share your experience in the comments below. Your story could help someone else. Now, for our third essential nutrient, which often works in concert with magnesium and vitamin D. When you think of calcium, you probably think of strong bones, and you're right. Calcium is essential for bone health, but it's equally critical for muscle function and nerve transmission. While magnesium helps muscles relax, calcium is the primary signal that tells a muscle fiber to contract. When a nerve signal arrives at a muscle cell, it triggers the release of calcium within the cell, and this influx of calcium is what initiates the complex process that causes the muscle to shorten and contract. So, you might think, okay, more calcium equals stronger contractions, which is good, right? Well, it's about balance. You need enough calcium for effective contraction, but you also need enough magnesium for proper relaxation. An imbalance, often not necessarily a deficiency of calcium itself, but rather a disruption in how calcium is regulated and used by the cells. which can be influenced by levels of magnesium and vitamin D, can contribute to muscle issues, including cramps. Low calcium levels, hypocalcemia, can also make nerve endings overly excitable, leading to involuntary muscle spasms and cramping. Although this is less common than magnesium or potassium deficiency as a direct cause of typical leg cramps in seniors, it's still a player in the complex system. Let's consider the delicate dance between calcium and magnesium. Imagine your muscle fiber is a light switch. Calcium is the finger that pushes the switch on contraction, and magnesium helps ensure the switch can be cleanly flipped off again relaxation. If you have plenty of on signals calcium but not enough help with the off switch magnesium, the system can get stuck or sputter, leading to cramps. Seniors are often concerned about calcium intake for bone density, which is excellent, but it's crucial to remember its role in muscle and nerve health and its relationship with other nutrients. Getting enough calcium is usually encouraged through dairy products, milk, yogurt, cheese, fortified plant-based milks, leafy greens like kale and broccoli, and calcium-fortified foods. Many seniors also take calcium supplements, often along with vitamin D, which we'll get to. It's important not to overdo calcium without balancing other nutrients, particularly magnesium and vitamin D, as this can potentially create other issues. Your doctor can advise on the appropriate calcium intake and whether supplementation is necessary based on your diet and bone health needs. While calcium's primary fame is bones, its indispensable role in initiating muscle contraction and nerve signaling means maintaining adequate, balanced levels is part of the overall strategy to keep those legs working smoothly and free from painful, unwanted contractions. Number 4 on our list is an electrolyte that often gets a bad rap, but it's absolutely essential in the right balance. When we talk about sodium, most people immediately think about limiting salt intake, especially for blood pressure. And yes, excessive sodium is a significant health concern. However, sodium is also one of the body's primary electrolytes, and it plays a critical role in fluid balance and, you guessed it, nerve and muscle function. Along with potassium, sodium helps maintain the electrical charge across cell membranes, which is necessary for nerve signals to fire and muscles to contract. Just like potassium, sodium is vital for maintaining the correct balance of fluids both inside and outside your cells. This fluid balance, or hydration status, is fundamental to how efficiently and effectively electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and calcium can do their jobs. If you become dehydrated, the concentration of these electrolytes can get thrown off, and the volume of fluid available for nerve signals and muscle contractions is reduced. This imbalance and lack of volume can absolutely contribute to muscle fatigue and increase the likelihood of cramping. While most Western diets contain more than enough sodium, seniors might be at risk of imbalance or even insufficient intake in specific circumstances. For example, some seniors on very strict low-sodium diets might, paradoxically, struggle with electrolyte balance, particularly if they are active or lose fluids through sweating or illness. Certain health conditions or medications can also affect sodium levels. It's not usually a lack of sodium that causes cramps, but rather an imbalance between sodium and other electrolytes, or dehydration exacerbated by inadequate sodium intake to help the body retain necessary fluid. Think about Mrs. Rodriguez, who was advised to drastically cut salt for her heart health. She diligently avoided all added salt and processed foods. While this was good for her blood pressure, she started experiencing debilitating cramps, especially on warm days when she was more active. It turned out her overall electrolyte balance, including sodium and potassium, was slightly off, compounded by not drinking quite enough water because she associated fluid intake with potential swelling from sodium. Her doctor helped her find a balance, maintaining a low-sodium diet overall, but being mindful of adequate fluid intake, especially with water, or even a low-sugar electrolyte drink when active or ill, and ensuring her potassium intake was high. This personalized approach addressed the balance issue, not just the elimination of sodium, and significantly reduced her cramps. So, the takeaway here isn't necessarily eat more salt. It's about understanding sodium's role in electrolyte and fluid balance. Ensure adequate hydration, especially if you're active or the weather is warm. If you are on a strict low-sodium diet or taking medications that affect electrolytes, discuss this with your doctor. They can help you understand if your sodium and overall electrolyte balance is appropriate for your individual needs, rather than just focusing on minimum intake. Proper hydration, facilitated by balanced electrolytes including sodium, is key to preventing cramps. Moving to nutrient number 5, which is often linked with calcium, but has its own crucial role. Vitamin D is famous for helping your body absorb calcium, making it vital for bone health. But vitamin D receptors are also found in muscle tissue, and research shows it plays a direct role in muscle function, strength, and even balance. Low levels of vitamin D are increasingly linked to muscle weakness, aches, and yes, even cramps. While vitamin D's primary connection to cramps might be indirect, by affecting calcium absorption, and thus the calcium-magnesium balance crucial for muscle contraction and relaxation. It also seems to influence muscle fibers directly. Sufficient vitamin D levels are associated with better muscle efficiency and reduced muscle pain and weakness. As we age, our skin's ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight decreases, and seniors often spend less time outdoors. This makes vitamin D deficiency incredibly common in older adults. Imagine your muscles are like tiny engines. Calcium is a spark plug needed for ignition contraction, and magnesium helps turn the engine off relaxation. Vitamin D acts like the engine's maintenance crew, ensuring the parts are working efficiently and that the spark plug's calcium are getting delivered properly. Without enough maintenance vitamin D, the engine muscle might not fire smoothly or might stutter and seize up cramp. This widespread deficiency in seniors makes vitamin D a highly relevant nutrient to consider when troubleshooting leg cramps. Consider Mr. Chen, who had chronic, frustrating leg cramps, particularly at night. He ate a balanced diet and was generally healthy, but blood tests revealed a significant vitamin D deficiency, common for someone who spent most of his time indoors. His doctor prescribed a vitamin D supplement. While it didn't eliminate his cramps overnight, over several months as his vitamin D levels normalized, he noticed a significant reduction in both the frequency and intensity of the cramps, alongside feeling less general muscle fatigue. It underscored how a deficiency in a nutrient often associated purely with bones could have a noticeable impact on muscle symptoms. How can you get more vitamin D? The best natural source is sunlight exposure, but this needs to be done cautiously to avoid skin damage and, as mentioned, is less effective with age. Dietary sources include fatty fish salmon, mackerel, sardines, fortified foods milk, orange juice, cereals, and eggs. Supplementation is often necessary for seniors to reach adequate levels. Again, discuss testing your vitamin D levels and appropriate supplementation with your doctor, as getting the right dose is important. By supporting calcium absorption and directly influencing muscle health, ensuring adequate vitamin D levels is another critical piece of the puzzle for maintaining healthy, cramp-resistant leg muscles as you age. Don't overlook the sunshine vitamin. We've reached our 6th and final essential nutrient group. This group is vital for nerve health, which is intricately linked to muscle control. While minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium are electrolytes directly involved in muscle contraction and relaxation, the B vitamins, particularly thiamine B1, pyridoxine B6, and cobalamin B12, are absolutely essential for healthy nerve function. Remember, it's your nerves that send the signals telling your muscles what to do. If nerve function is impaired, it can lead to faulty signals, tingling, numbness, weakness, and yes, sometimes muscle spasms and cramps. B vitamins are crucial for energy metabolism in nerve cells and for the synthesis of neurotransmitters. the chemical messengers that nerves use to communicate with muscles. A deficiency in certain B vitamins, especially B12, can lead to peripheral neuropathy, a condition where nerves are damaged, causing abnormal sensations and muscle control issues. While not every cramp is caused by nerve damage, ensuring optimal nerve health is certainly part of preventing involuntary muscle activity. Deficiencies in B vitamins can be more common in seniors due to decreased absorption, certain medications like metformin for diabetes, which can affect B12, or dietary restrictions. Think of your nervous system like the wiring in your house, and your muscles are the appliances. The B vitamins are like the insulation and efficient flow of electricity through that wiring. If the wiring is faulty or lacking power B vitamin deficiency, the signals to the appliance's muscles can be erratic, leading them to flicker, stutter, or turn on/off unexpectedly, cramps or spasms. Ensuring healthy nerve function is providing a stable, clear signal to your muscles. Let's consider the case of Mr. Kim, who experienced not only cramps but also tingling and weakness in his legs. His symptoms were initially confusing, pointing to potentially multiple issues. Tests eventually revealed a B12 deficiency. After beginning B12 injections and dietary changes, his nerve symptoms improved significantly, and along with that, his leg cramps became far less frequent and severe. It highlighted that sometimes the root cause of muscle issues isn't just the muscle itself, but the health of the nerves controlling it. So, how do you ensure enough B vitamins? A balanced diet rich in a variety of foods is key. B1 thiamine is found in whole grains, pork, and legumes. B6 pyridoxine is in poultry, fish, potatoes, and bananas. B12 cobalamin is primarily found in animal products, meat, fish, dairy, eggs, making vegetarians and vegans particularly vulnerable to deficiency and requiring supplementation or fortified foods. Many seniors benefit from a B-complex supplement, but it's wise to discuss this with your doctor, especially regarding B12, as absorption issues are common and may require specific forms of supplementation. Supporting healthy nerve function with adequate B vitamins adds another layer of protection against leg cramps. By ensuring clear, stable communication between your brain, nerves, and muscles, you reduce the likelihood of misfires that lead to painful spasms. It's a vital, often overlooked aspect of muscle control as we age. Wow, that's 6 powerful nutrients. I hope you're seeing just how much nutrition plays a role. If you've learned something new today, let me know by typing nutrients in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on senior health and well-being. So, there you have it. We've explored the vital roles of magnesium, potassium, calcium, sodium, and overall electrolyte balance, vitamin D, and the essential B vitamins in preventing those painful, disruptive leg cramps that affect so many seniors. As we've seen, these aren't just random aches or an inevitable part of aging. Often they are signals that your muscles and nerves might not be getting the specific nutrients they need to function smoothly, contract effectively, and relax completely. It's a complex system, and imbalances in any of these key players can throw the whole process off. The really good news is that, unlike some age-related changes, your nutritional status is something you can influence. You have the power to make dietary choices, ensure adequate hydration, and, with the guidance of your healthcare provider, consider targeted supplementation to address potential deficiencies. It's not about finding a single magic pill, but about understanding the building blocks your body needs and consistently providing them. Take a moment to reflect. Out of these 6 nutrients, which one do you feel might be a potential gap in your diet or lifestyle? Is it ensuring enough leafy greens for magnesium and potassium? Are you getting enough sunlight or fortified foods for vitamin D? Are you staying adequately hydrated throughout the day, especially if you're active? Don't feel overwhelmed. The most important step is often the first small one. Perhaps it's making a conscious effort to drink a little more water consistently. Maybe it's adding a serving of beans or nuts to your meals each day. Or perhaps it's making an appointment to discuss your leg cramps, diet, and current medications with your doctor to explore potential deficiencies or imbalances. Your doctor is your best resource for personalized advice and testing. Thank you so much for watching and investing this time in your health and well-being. Taking proactive steps like focusing on foundational nutrition can make a world of difference in your comfort and mobility. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Your likes really help this information reach more people who could benefit. Don't forget to leave a comment below and share which nutrient you found most interesting or which step you plan to take. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our future videos dedicated to helping you live your healthiest, most active senior years. We're here to empower you with information, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay well